A scripture reading for this morning is taken from the book of Exodus, third chapter, 13th and the 14th verse. And Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The God of your fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall say unto me, What is his name? And what shall I say unto them? And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thou shalt thus shall thou say unto the children of Israel, I am, have sent me unto you. And thus is the scripture reading, Exodus, the third chapter, 13th through the 14th verse. Again, I say unto you, brothers and sisters, good morning. I am this morning and every morning throughout every day of your life. It is I am. Now, according to the story of Moses, when he was out tending the sheep, as you know from the scriptures of the story, he was ran out of Egypt and he came to settle in a place with his wife that he had married. And he became a shepherd. And while he was out tending the flock one day, story goes that he happened to look up at the mountain and behold a burning bush. And he said to his wife, he will turn aside and investigate this burning bush. I will go up to the mountain and, as they said, check it out. What is this bush that's burning up on the mountain? The burning bush that attracted Moses' consciousness or his attention was that enlightenment looking up within himself. He behold a light. Now, scripture states that Moses went up the mountainside. He went up on the mountain. And in our meditations, we know and taught and practice, we're going up to a higher state of consciousness. And so when he went up into the mountain and became and basically stood face to face with the burning bush that did not consume, it didn't burn anything. It was just this beautiful light, where the light was that of his own consciousness. Scripture says that or states that the bush told Moses to take off your shoes, for the ground that you stand on is holy ground. And what this means is that the shoes was in between. It was a barrier between the consciousness and that worldly view or mind of God. Take off. Take off your shoes and let your feet be upon this holy ground. Well, I'm not going to go into a lot of things in another subject, but I have heard and been told that there is a place where certain people go in this physical world that when they enter onto this particular piece of ground, they have to take off the shoes. And that's another story. Or I would say another truth as it was told to me. But even for those of us that are, as I like to say, country folks, it's coming up as children. We used to go barefoot, take off the shoes and run barefooted all through the woods, wherever it was. We didn't wear shoes. And from our touching of the ground with our bare feet, we absorb the energy of the earth through the soles of our feet. That energized us and it kept us in more of a healthy state of being. Well, as you got grown, we got away from walking barefoot. But it was also a way of absorbing the healing energy of God into our bodies. So God spoke to Moses and said, take off your shoes. The ground on which you stand is holy ground. Isn't it the truth that this ground that we walk on? And what is it that keeps us grounded on the earth? Gravity, Mother Nature. And so when we take off our shoes and absorb that energy into the soles of our feet, it energizes our body. But it also represents taking off or letting go of the worldly thoughts, all the things that pertain to the outer world, and be open to the consciousness of God. You see, we can get so caught up in the things of the outer world that we don't hear the inner voice. We get so caught up in the things of the outer world that we allow the things of the outer world to become our God. Money. Folks live and die for money. It is their God. It has become their God. There are so many things that we have put before the truth of that which is within us. We have made those things our gods, and they have failed us because we have turned away from the source. We've turned away from I am. Let us know and understand from this day forward that the I am within you is the God of you. Anything that you attach to I am in reference to yourself is what manifests and demonstrates in your life. That is the power of the source we call God. I am that I am. And Moses said unto the burning bush, and I'm going, you want me to go down here and lead these people out of bondage? And here I'm just by myself. And they're gonna ask me, well, who told you to come down here and and deliver us? We have experienced that in the outer world. Who told you to come over here and tell me this and that? Who told you to come over here and tell me that I need to change my ways of doing things? Mothers and fathers, isn't that what we do with our children when they seem to be getting out of line? You need to change your ways. You need to change your life. You need to stop doing the things that you're doing. Well, it's that inner voice speaking to us. Turn from the things of the outer world that you have made your gods that can do nothing for you. It is only the I am. And we go through life affirming I am, but not knowing and realizing the power of I am. We use it loosely, unwisely. We say all manner of things. I am this, I am that. And none of it, most of it is not positive and constructive. We just use it loosely. The old saying is taking the Lord's name in vain. We just use it. But brothers and sisters, I say unto you this day, the greatest power that is within you is the power of I am. And when you come to know that I am is the God in you, of you, and all around you, then you should become aware of the power that you're using, the power from which you are speaking, the power that can change all things in your life. I find that one of the things that I've had to deal with in my life is sickness. Years past, I had to get away from saying that I was sick. And even when all the physical symptoms were there, and even when I had to, many times, 2, 3 times a week, had to be taken to the hospital for that which I was claiming that was wrong with me. And as long as I claimed it was there, it wouldn't leave because I was always claiming whatever you claim is going to be with you. It's going to stay with you, and nobody or nothing can take it away from you, not even God. Because we'll fight. We'll fight hard to hold on to that which we believe is the truth of us. In the years that I've worked with people with conditions and illnesses, the one thing that they've always said is, I have. When you say I have, that shows ownership. It's yours. You've claimed it. You've made it a part of what you are, who you are. It's a part of your life. I have. I remember many years ago, many years ago, when I was, as they say, young man, there was a lady, elderly lady, who was a very nice lady to the children in the area. And when the children would go by and see her, she would always say, I have arthritis. And old Arthur just won't let me go. Every which way I turn, Arthur is there. Constantly claiming the sickness, the illness that she really didn't want. But if you don't want it, how come you keep holding on to it? How come you keep on claiming it? It's the same thing when you're having issues with your finances and everything. You're saying, I'm struggling, I'm having a hard time, I'm going through some bad times. Nothing is working out for me. I am that I am. You're constantly repeating it over and over to yourself. And you can't get out from this prison that you have encased your own self in. You see, the light of God is not trying to shine down on you through you. It's trying to shine from within out into your world, out into your environment, out into your life. But we are doing everything unknowingly to keep the beauty of this light, to keep the power and the greatness of I am from coming forth in your life. There is nothing in and of the world. I've said this many times. I will continue to say it, not only to you, but I say it often and every time I can think about it to myself. There is no power in and of the world that is greater than the power of I am within me. Now, let me tell you something about that. You're going to be put to the test. If you start to saying it and you truly get to a point where you start to believe it, you're going to have to demonstrate it because there will be outward challenges that will come to test your faith, your trust, and your belief in I am. I know many years ago when I was in that work environment, some of my employees, when they come to work in the morning, I always made a habit of greeting them. And when they asked me in return, well, how are you doing this morning? And I would say, I'm doing fine. I feel fine and I'm looking fine. And of course, there will be those that would say, well, what makes you think that you looking so fine? What makes you think that you're doing so fine? Because I have to tell myself that first, that I am doing fine, that I am feeling fine, that I am looking fine. And they would say, something wrong with you. You looking in the mirror telling yourself how good you look and all this other kind of stuff. Vanity. Well, if I don't tell it to myself, who else is going to tell it to me? If you don't tell it to yourself, who else is going to tell it to you? And if you don't tell it to yourself, you don't believe that it is. But then you'll be open and receptive to someone coming to you saying something totally different. Healing and blessing takes place first within. Where is God? Where is the great I am? No place but within you. And when you affirm with conviction, with feeling, and with authority that I am, and all that I am is I am, there is nothing that can stand in your way. The doors, as they say, of heaven must open for you. And all that you desire for your highest good must manifest in and through you and out into your environment. There is no other way. Well, yeah. You say if I had a little bit more money, a better job, a better relationship, a nice home, things would be so much better for me. I would be at peace. I would have some happiness and all. Look around you. There are a whole lot of people that have those very things that you are asking and wanting that are miserable. What is the greatest wealth that you can possess? $1 million or peace of mind? What would you rather have? I guess most folks would say, I'd rather have $1 million. For me, peace of mind. Not have to worry about a thing. There's a lot of folks with millionaires, plenty of money, they worry about losing. They worry about somebody taking. They worry about not being able to trust people with their money. So if you have to have this state of mind, worrying about your material and physical things, it's not worth it. What you want is peace of mind. And it is by the I am that you can have peace of mind. But the underlying principle of having peace of mind is that when you have peace of mind, you attract the outer things of life that are needed for the sustaining and the comfort of your physical body. You got some country folks here, and living out in the country at night, and you turn on that porch light at night, and all of a sudden bugs from everywhere they come to that light. That's the way it is. When you turn on that light within you, you will attract not the bugs. You will attract all the good. And yes, there will be some people that will be attracted to you that will not be very productive for your good. But when you know, sense, and feel that this is what they are, you have to bless them. For they too have been drawn to you for that good, for that energy, for that nourishment. We are angels of light. And being an angel of light, we will attract to us those that are seeking their way out of the darkness and the shadows of the world. In the teachings of Jesus, Jesus turned no one away. It was only those that could not accept what Jesus was teaching that they themselves turned away. But we must be open and receptive and let the great I am that is within us manifest and express in us, through us, and out into the world. And so, brothers and sisters, as you go forth upon this path of spiritual growth and unfoldment, always affirm the truth of that which you are. I am that I am is that source or the name of God that is within you, that is constantly manifesting and expressing in you, through you, as the physical you. There's no other place to turn, to look, or to seek the source but within yourself. Namaste.